felt Daniel, the presence and physical of Daniel Dubois back in Poland, and Daniel also felt him. So they both collected data on each other, and the training personnel, the coaches, is our duty. It's what we.
He's been down a few times with body shots, so yeah, there's definitely this time I've got to throw this kitchen sink at him, you know.
Don Charles sounds like a man who's seen the future and believes it ends with Usyk flat on the canvas. There's conviction in his voice, the kind that says they've cracked the code, found the master key, unearthed the secret weapon to unravel one of boxing's most elusive champions. But here's the truth. Excitement doesn't win world titles. Belief is a beautiful thing, but it means
Afraid. It's our turn. This is our home. If this was football, we played away 2 years ago. This is a return match, which happens to be on our home territory, okay? And
it's nothing unless it holds up under the weight of 12 brutal rounds. If Daniel Dubois is going to seize this moment, he'll have to do it by force against a man who doesn't surrender territory willingly. Oleksandr Usyk gives nothing away for free. Every inch inside that ring is earned in blood, sweat, and calculation. But Don Charles isn't backing down. His tone isn't
developing that second phase of attack, of which could be a real threat next weekend.
well observed, Adam. No comment.
Speculative. It's definitive. He's not just hopeful, he's convinced. What's more intriguing is his mention of a mysterious second phase in Dubois' fight plan. According to Don, it's all coming down to this phase. Something new, something powerful, something that can change.
Like I'm a better fighter now, more improved, more conditioned, and ready to just be an even better version, a better soul.
Everything. It's clear they're banking their entire strategy on this next level approach. The problem? You can't out-strategize a fighter who thrives on adapting under pressure. Usyk is not just slippery, he's genius incarnate when the lights are brightest. He's danced through fire with some of the most dangerous...
Prove he can take a body shot.
For Daniel Dubois has got a lot of demons to revisit, and he's going to revisit them in this fight. I think he's in a different place mentally now than he was before the first fight. I don't want to say he's grown up and mature, because I think he's the same fighter as he was. It's just his mental approach is going to have to be different.
Dangerous men in boxing, from Anthony Joshua to Murat Gassiev to Maris Britis, he's faced fear, absorbed power, and answered with brilliance. So while Charles and Team Dubois are loading their weapons and drawing up new blueprints, they must remember one cold reality: Dubois is still trailing in a chess match. He's never led. He's the one catching up, not commanding. He's fighting on the terrain Usyk knows best, mentally demanding high IQ warfare. Now Dubois steps forward, speaking for himself. There's fire in his eyes, steel in his voice. He says he's not here to box. He's here to go to war. That's not just confidence. That's a declaration. He's not looking to dance. He's aiming to destroy. He tells the world he's more dangerous now, more focused, mentally geared up like never before.
What now is a different machine.
Self-confidence will be...
And time waits for no man, as the saying goes. I just think that this is a fight that's exciting. It's a good fight. You've got to make Usyk the favourite, but it's a fight that Daniel Dubois can definitely win. Yes. I don't think Usyk should.
Promising total violence. But here's the question: can brute force, no matter how finely tuned, break through a technician like Usyk, a man who's made a career out of dismantling destruction piece by piece, coolly, patiently, and with surgical precision? Usyk doesn't just survive fire, he walks through it with calm footsteps and a grin. That's where Tony Bellew enters the conversation, a man who's been in the ring with Usyk and lived to tell the tale. Bellew's not convinced by the muscle, the attitude, or even the talk of war. His message is sharp. Physical strength means nothing if the mental wiring isn't rebuilt. You can scream confidence to the world, but unless you've torn out the wiring that made you crumble before, Usyk will tear you apart again. Bellew speaks from experience. He knows what it feels like when Usyk starts solving you in real time. That moment when your body still wants to go, but your brain realizes you're out of ideas. Then comes Carl Froch. He's been a believer in Dubois' rebirth. He calls him a different machine.
If he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I would pick him to win. But what they're convinced...
You think he is number 2 heavyweight in the world right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Machine. built for war, equipped for damage. Froch, however, is no fool. He still calls Usyk the favorite. There's a flicker of belief in Dubois, perhaps even admiration for his growth. But it's layered with caution, because Froch knows machines are only as good as their programming, and unless Dubois has rewritten every piece of his fight software, Usyk will find and exploit every glitch, every pause, every hesitation. Froch praises Dubois' self-belief, yet immediately pivots to questioning Usyk's longevity, almost like he needs a reason to believe the impossible could happen. Time waits for no man, Froch says, subtly suggesting Usyk might finally show signs of wear. But here's the problem with that. Usyk hasn't aged, he's evolved. While Dubois is still chasing that first defining elite win, Usyk has built a library of legendary victories. The only way Dubois wins this is if Usyk somehow underperforms. And let's be honest, when has he ever done that? Then Duke McKenzie steps...
What Dubois' team are clearly overlooking is the fact that if Dubois raises his game, then Usyk will raise his game. Usyk isn't shot, he's not over the hill. He's got plenty of miles left on the clock, I believe. And I think if whatever Daniel Dubois brings to this fight, Usyk
into the fray, offering measured praise. He acknowledges Dubois' growth. He's more composed, his punch selection is sharper, and he's no longer the same fighter who crumbled under Joe Joyce's pressure. But McKenzie delivers the most honest line of the night. If it was anyone else, that one phrase says it all. Against most heavyweights, maybe Dubois' new form would be enough. But Usyk isn't most heavyweights. He's a pound-for-pound master, a puzzle in perpetual motion. This isn't about stamina or power. It's about who can think 3 steps ahead while dodging 20 punch combinations. Dubois has made strides, no doubt, but Usyk has dominated elite opponents for years, and there's no shortcut to that experience. Dubois may have heart, but Usyk is a master of mental dismantling. He silences aggression with angles, feints, footwork, and calculated timing. It's not a movie comeback arc. It's a war.
Do you think he's a better fighter now than he was the first time he fought?
Maybe, yeah, maybe, because a lot of years, 2, 3, yeah, yeah. Now I think Daniel grow.
And do you think,
Like a boxer, like a man.
yeah, does he deserve this opportunity? Or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel deserve, because Daniel from UK. It's interesting for all people.
Against a man who made Anthony Joshua look average twice. Duke McKenzie drills home the truth. Against another opponent, Dubois' evolution might be enough. But not here, not against this man. Usyk doesn't fold under pressure, he thrives in it. He's not a static target, he's an adaptive storm. Bring fire, and he brings frost. Pressure him, and he adjusts like a metronome with a PhD in boxing rhythm. You say Dubois has leveled up? Good, Usyk's already a level above. He's the fighter who reads patterns mid-fight and flips the script without blinking. This isn't about grit alone. It's about who adapts faster, who recalibrates mid-round, who reclaims control in chaos. And historically, that's been Usyk's domain. He's the conductor in a ring orchestra, calmly leading a symphony of destruction. Let's not forget, Usyk neutralized Gassiev, outmaneuvered Breed.
Don't land the glove on me. It'd be a one-sided beatdown. But listen, I wish him luck in his fight against Usyk. But styles make fights, you know what I mean? And his style and my style don't gel.
Readiness dominated Joshua and made the leap to heavyweight look easy. He dismantles fighters not just with fists, but with intellect. So no matter what Dubois brings, Usyk will find a clinical answer and then enter the man himself. Oleksandr Usyk doesn't shout. He doesn't need to. His words are quiet, but they cut like a surgeon's scalpel. When asked about Dubois, he doesn't mock. He observes. Little bit afraid, Usyk says, referring to the infamous moment Dubois took a knee. And that's enough. In Usyk's mind, fear, even just a little, is the virus that spreads under pressure. In the later rounds, when fatigue clouds judgment and instincts take over, that fear grows, and Usyk is counting on that. This is psychological warfare, and Usyk plays it like a master. He doesn't talk trash, he exposes truths. If there's even a flicker of doubt in Dubois, Usyk will find it. If the fire is hiding panic, he'll drag it into the open. This isn't just about the rematch. For Usyk, it's a mental autopsy of Dubois. He saw what cracked him the first time.
For Daniel on Saturday night, he could have become, on another day, with a different referee in a different location, whether it was the right decision or the wrong decision, he could have become a heavyweight world.
And now he's gonna push every button again, only harder. And then Tyson Fury enters, bringing the thunder of brutal honesty. No filters, no fluff. Fury's not just talking about the upcoming clash, he's placing Dubois in the grand hierarchy of the division. He wouldn't lay a glove on me, Fury says, not with arrogance, but with cold assessment. It's a harsh message. He wishes Dubois luck, sure, but the smirk behind the words says it all. Fury knows the levels, and in his eyes, Dubois is miles below. The terrifying part, Usyk doesn't need Fury's size or bullying. He's slicker, sharper, and lighter on his feet. He doesn't break you down by smashing through walls. He melts them from the inside out. Fury's implication is crystal clear. If I dominate him, Usyk will do worse. He paints it as a mismatch cloaked in hype, and once the bell rings, he predicts Dubois will be swinging in the dark, chasing shadows. A storm is coming, and Fury's seen it before. Now comes promoter Ben Shalom, doing what promoters do.
It's not an easy task, but he's definitely the man that can go through with it. He's done the work, he's gone through the pedigree, and he's a certified champion. So, I think, he has big hopes on doing it. He's going to do it.
Bending their fighter's legacy, he calls Dubois brave, paints him as the young lion who dared to walk into enemy territory and nearly pulled off the impossible. But let's stop romanticizing. Dubois didn't almost win. He crumbled when it counted most. The body shot, debatable, but what's not debatable is that Dubois chose to kneel. No count, no fury, no charge forward, just surrender. Shalom blames inexperience, referees, bad luck, everything except the core truth. Dubois lacked the mental switch that pushes champions through hell. Usyk's been there. He's taken heavier shots, fought tougher odds, and never blinked. That's grit, and grit doesn't show up for one round. It shines brightest when you've got nothing left. Shalom can spin the narrative, but until Dubois breaks through the fire and keeps walking, he'll remain trapped in the memory of those 9 fragile rounds. Then the legend Lennox Lewis steps in. When Lennox speaks, people listen. He calls Dubois a champion. He believes in the work put in.
He's a good fighter. He's a hard fighter to beat. And I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he has the tools to win.
It's high praise from a man who climbed the heavyweight mountain himself. But is it belief based on potential or admiration for effort? Because Lennox knows that effort only counts when it holds up under elite adversity. Dubois hasn't proven that yet. Lennox is the man who beat Holyfield, avenged his losses, and stood tall when the pressure peaked. If he sees something in Dubois, it's a spark, but sparks don't guarantee a fire. Usyk is a furnace, tested and relentless. If Dubois is to validate Lennox's belief, he must do what he's never done before, not just survive elite firepower, but conquer it. And then Amir Khan adds his voice. He sees belief, hunger, physical tools, size, power, youth. Khan praises the transformation, but he's also a man who's lived on both sides of the line. He knows that talent without timing, heart without resolve, crumbles under elite pressure. In the first Usyk fight, Dubois' tools dulled quickly. His jab faded, his movement stiffened, his will bent. Khan's question isn't whether Dubois...
Usyk is a class act, a mature individual because he's older and wiser, comes from a completely different background. But Daniel Dubois is growing into himself. This will be one hell of a fight. This will be a proper fight. Like all
Dubois has weapons. It's whether he can use them under fire. And now, Simon Jordan frames it all. This isn't just a match. It's a proper war. He respects both men, but warns that Usyk doesn't do ordinary fights. He makes every bout a strategic masterclass. Jordan's point is poignant. You don't grow inside the fire. You grow before it. Dubois may be walking into a rite of passage, but the flames are already lit, and you can't improvise courage. So, here we are, the final moments before the storm. This isn't just a rematch, it's a reckoning. Dubois has promised destruction. His camp swears by a two-phase plan to dethrone the genius. But Usyk isn't just another champion. He's a riddle wrapped in steel. He's the man who made giants stumble and greats hesitate. Maybe this is Usyk's final stand, maybe not. But one thing's certain, a fighter with nothing left to prove is the most dangerous kind. Dubois can shock the world, but he'll have to tear it apart to do so. Is he ready to overcome his ghosts? Or will Usyk once again turn a challenger's dream into clinical reality? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you riding with the storm that is Usyk, or is Daniel Dubois finally ready to rewrite destiny?